Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are looking at Donna Mills, 85 and Fearless. It's a really incredible story about a Hollywood legend who is just completely rewriting the rules of aging and business. Let's get right into it. So, when you hear the number 85, what honestly comes to mind? For a lot of us, the expectation is, a quiet retirement, maybe stepping out of the public eye, just taking things easy. Society has this incredibly rigid script for what life is supposed to look like when you hit your mid-80s. But the subject of our explainer today, she is taking that script, completely tearing it up and tossing it right out the window. We're going to explore a fascinating story about subverting those expectations. We're looking at a Hollywood legend who defined an entire decade of television glamour and who, right now, is making global headlines for a move that absolutely no one saw coming. It's a masterclass in staying curious, for sure. Seriously, this headline recently sent absolute shockwave through the entertainment world. Knots Landing icon Donna Mills joins OnlyFans at 85. Yes, you heard that right. At 85 years old, a woman who built her entire legacy wearing power suits and blue eyeliner on broadcast television is joining a digital platform fundamentally defined by the modern creator economy. It's massive, surprising news, right? It creates immediate intrigue. But, as we dig a little deeper into her history, we'll actually see that this isn't out of character for her at all. Looking back, Donna Mills has a career spanning over 60 years of constant, relentless evolution. She made her TV debut back in 1966 on the soap opera The Secret Storm, starred opposite Clint Eastwood in the 1971 cult classic Play Misty for Me, and then completely dominated the 1980s when she landed the iconic role of Abby Cunningham on Knots Landing. She played that ruthlessly ambitious character for 9 seasons, even winning 3 Soap Opera Digest Awards. But she didn't just act. In 1986, she launched a highly successful makeup empire, and that brings us to 2026 and her unexpected jump to OnlyFans. Her incredible longevity is built entirely on this repeating pattern of reinvention. Let's actually look a bit closer at that 1986 makeup empire, because her 1986 influencer hustle, using VHS tutorials, mail-order cosmetics, and a whole lot of Aquanet versus the 2026 creator economy of smartphones, ring lights, and OnlyFans, well, it proves her recent move isn't a fluke. It's literally her blueprint. Long before the word influencer even existed, Donna Mills had figured out the entire business model. Fans were obsessed with her eye makeup on TV, so what did she do? She wrote, produced, and starred in a VHS tutorial called The Eyes Have It. It became a huge commercial hit. She was the original influencer, hands down. The technology just changed. Now, we need to do a quick myth bust here, because when people hear the word OnlyFans, they immediately make certain assumptions. What to expect versus what not to expect. Mills has been crystal clear about her boundaries. There will be absolutely zero explicit or sexual material. Period. None of that. Instead, this is entirely about meaningful, direct fan connection. You can expect daily life moments, behind-the-scenes glimpses, and personal fan interaction. She's basically just using a new platform for quality time with the people who have supported her for decades. So the really crucial point here is how completely authentic this decision is to who she is as a person. Just listen to this quote. Donna has always been fearless and ahead of her time. She told me, YOLO, let's do it. And that perfectly captures her attitude. That's from Andy Backman, the CEO of Creators Inc. The fact that an 85-year-old television icon looked at a controversial digital platform and literally said, YOLO, let's do it, shows a highly calculated business savvy wrapped up in a completely fearless attitude. She isn't changing who she is. She's just giving fans more access. And if you want to hear what unshakable confidence sounds like, just listen to Mills herself. Honey, I've been in this business over 50 years. I've seen every trend come and go. When something new comes along, why wouldn't I jump in? I mean, you can't argue with that logic. When she was asked about being one of the oldest creators on a predominantly youthful platform, she just dismissed the concern entirely. She views this as just another tool in her toolkit to talk directly to the fans who've stuck with her since the Knots Landing days. Her mentality is quite literally, life is way too short to sit on the sidelines. But her fearlessness isn't just about business. It extends to how she treats her body and the realities of aging, the hard work behind the youth. Just weeks before her announcement, Mills issued a really candid reality check to her followers. Her philosophy? I didn't wake up looking like this. She's a former dancer who credits a lifetime of exercise for her vitality. She works out almost every single day, she regularly plays tennis, and because of this relentless consistency, she points out that she hasn't needed any knee or hip replacements, things that so often accompany aging. It takes real, daily, grueling work. She is also incredibly refreshing when it comes to honesty about beauty standards. On her podcast, We're Not Done Yet, she dropped this amazing confession. Back when I was in my 40s, yes, I did a lift. And it was subtle, but it lasted, and I haven't done anything since. She logically explained that it's actually better to do it when your skin is more pliable, so you don't end up with that unnatural pulled look later in life. In an industry literally built on smoke and mirrors, her directness about what is natural and what isn't is just so incredibly rare. And all of this brilliantly illustrates how she has always lived life unapologetically on her own terms, way beyond just her acting roles. Just look at her life. She never married, but she's been in a long-term partnership since 2001. She chose to embrace single motherhood and adopted her daughter, Chloe, at the age of 54. On top of winning 3 Soap Opera Digest Awards and a Daytime Emmy, she owns a vineyard, and she's even acted in modern, critically acclaimed films by directors like Jordan Peele and Ava DuVernay. She simply does not follow the traditional timeline that society tries to map out for women. Not at all. Which is exactly why when an Instagram critic recently tried to tell her she wore too much makeup for her age, her clapback was legendary. She appeared on video with gray hair, a simple white blouse, and delivered this perfect line. "Sorry, not sorry. I like the way I look. This is my style, and style doesn't have an expiration date." That single video drew over 11,000 comments from fans praising her for refusing to let anyone else's discomfort dictate her choices. It's just so empowering. Which brings us to our final thought today. Does your style have an expiration date? Donna Mills is proving that relevance isn't about the year you were born. It's about your attitude. It's about staying curious, adapting to the times, whether that means transitioning from VHS tapes to OnlyFans, and keeping a really firm grip on exactly who you are. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Does your style, your ambition, or your curiosity have an expiration date? Or are you ready to adopt a fearless why not mentality in your own life? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and remember, you are absolutely never too old to rewrite the script.